Hey folks, this is Aaron with the MRC here, and I just want to chat with you today for a little bit about Adobe Spark. Adobe Spark is a really cool program included with the Adobe Creative Cloud package. It's all online, so there's not necessarily anything that you need to download. There are app versions, but this is just going to be sort of an overview of what Spark is, how to log in as a member of the UNC community, and some ideas of the types of projects that you can create with this tool. So to begin, I'm going to head over to adobespark.com, or you can see it's also spark.adobe.com. Either way, it's going to take you to this page. And we're just going to take a look at some of the things on the homepage here before we log in. We see that login option is up in the top right here, but we'll come back to that. So as it says right at the top here, you can transform your ideas into stunning visual stories. And there's actually three main types of projects that you can create with Adobe Spark. So there are posts or graphics, there are web pages, which are basically vertically scrolling multimedia types of presentations, and then also videos, which is kind of like an animated sort of slideshow with some narration. You can include some video elements and some things like that. So we're just going to scroll through a little bit here and take a look at what we can create with Adobe Spark. So here's those graphics that I mentioned. We see showing us some Facebook posts, some Instagram posts, some Twitter banners, all sorts of stuff. And we see it just reformats that sizing for you right out of the gate. It's just built into the tool. You don't necessarily need to worry about pixels or resolutions or anything like that. All those options are built into the social graphics tool in Spark Post for you. Scroll a little further here. We see we can make those web pages that I mentioned. We see this example scrolling by. We have these vertically scrolling multimedia types of magazine-style web stories that work well on your desktop, on your phone, on an iPad or anything like that. It automatically reformats and resizes everything. You don't have to worry about coding or any of the other sort of in-depth technical things to make those web pages. Scroll a little further, and we also see those short videos that I mentioned. So as we see, lots of icons, lots of still images. Some of these might include some narration. There can be short video elements. If I was trying to do some more in-depth actual video editing, I would use something like Premiere Pro. But if I just needed to put together a quick sort of presentation, record some voiceover, Spark Video can work great for that too. And as I mentioned, it is an online tool. It's all available at this website here. You don't have to download anything. There are mobile versions as well. So scroll down a little further here. We'll see those icons. So you have Spark Post available for both iOS and Android. Spark Page and Spark Video currently just available on the Apple App Store, but if you have an iPhone or iPad or something like that, you can actually do this. All of the same work, all the same interface and everything on those devices as well. So that's a quick overview of the homepage here. I'm going to scroll all the way back up, and we're going to take a look at logging in. Before I actually log in, I do want to draw your attention to the Creative Cloud registration process that ITS Software Acquisition has set up. If you've not done that yet, I would recommend that you actually register before using Adobe Spark. There is a free version. You can log in with a Google account or Facebook or something like that, but you will miss out on some of the premium features that UNC has made available for us. If you have not done that yet, you can head over to the software acquisition page. To get here, I know this is kind of a long URL, but you can actually just search for adobe.unc.edu or head to adobe.unc.edu rather, and that's going to take you right to the same page. Scroll down a bit, you get some information about the Creative Cloud, all the various programs that you get, including the premium features in Spark. Go through the proper ordering procedure with the links here. Once you've registered, they'll let you know that they have your information and you're set up and good to go. And then we're going to come back here to adobespark.com. I'm already registered, so I'm just going to go ahead and click this sign in button here. That's going to take me to the login page. And as I mentioned, you can log in all these other ways to get to a free account or if you want to pay for it yourself, but UNC is giving us access to that. So we want to click this login with school account once we're registered through that other page. So I'm going to use the same email address that I registered with through ITS. Go ahead and click continue here. That's going to actually take me to that single sign-on page that we see everywhere using all the various UNC sites. So here's that single sign-on page. This time I'm going to log in just with my Onion, not that old email address, but just the same way that we do on all the various pages that we use, and go ahead and sign in. And this brings me into my Adobe Spark homepage. So what we see here, we have some options up at the left. We'll come back to these in a moment. We get all these prompts to start telling your story with Spark, all these various different templates and formats that you can use. You see, I also have my recent projects, so I can just jump right back in and keep working on something I had up recently. Or if I scroll down a bit, I have all these various templates that I can use to start creating those posts, pages, or graphics. Templates are really cool because it actually gives you what you see there as a starting point. So if I like this perfectly crispy chicken quesadillas. Maybe I'm making a post about a recipe, maybe not the quesadillas, but I like the format here. I can click on that. I see that this is available. It's a premium template, but we do have the access to that through UNC's account. So I can hit edit this template, and it's going to take me right in to that graphic post creation tool. Some info about some new iPhone and iPad features, and it gives me this as a starting point. So if I want to edit this text, I just click on that. All my options show up off to the right here, maybe edit this down here. Everything comes up off to the right and lets me edit whatever I click on. This is just the basic overview, so we're not going to go too in-depth on how to actually technically do everything, but it is super simple. Just click on the thing that you want to edit. You get some options off to the right here. If I want to edit the whole post entirely, just click off to the side and I get a few different options and everything's right there. Another great feature about Spark, it auto-saves everything that you do. So if I wanted to go back to my homepage, I can come up here to the top left. I could rename the post, but I'm just going to leave this as it is for now. You see that autosave pops up, but I can come back to my homepage and I have this recent project right there. I can just click right back on that, head back in and keep editing. I have a few other options to share this, duplicate it, rename it, etc. But everything is just saved for you right there in Spark. Back up to this top left area here. Home takes us back to the page that we're looking at. Projects is just going to show me my projects and none of those other features, none of the templates, anything like that. It just shows me the projects. You can actually create folders. So a little new folder button up here as you create more and more projects and you want to start organizing those. You can also manage brands with those premium features through UNC. So you can select an icon, a color scheme, and a font. And there's actually a link here to social media tips. So this takes you over to the Spark blog so you can get some info about branding, design principles, some tips and tricks about Spark generally, a whole bunch of really great information available for you on this Spark blog. And again, I got here just by clicking this social media tips button right there. We'll head back home, and this brings us back to our homepage. Another button that you probably noticed in this area here is this create a project. So this is another way to start working on Spark projects aside from picking the templates down at the bottom here. We can click on that. We see a bunch of different suggestions for types of projects that we can create. So Instagram posts, Facebook covers, web pages, videos, branded or custom sized graphics. I'm just going to go ahead and click view all here. And that takes me over to this page. So up at the top, I have a few different filters. All shows me all of the possible templates I could use. So here's some popular ones, some social media ones, some themed about growing business, teaching and studying, etc. If I just want to look at the still images, those graphics, I can filter that here. Start with these templates. If I want to look at some web pages, I can look at these. And I actually have an example web page pulled up here too. So I'm going to head over there just so we can get an idea of what that looks like. So we have our title up at the top, we have this nice image, and again, it's a vertically scrolling multimedia story. So as I start scrolling down, we see some text, we see this grid of photos here, some more text, a different type of photo layout. You got that nice quote that pops up. You see as we scroll how that pops up there. That's all built into the tool. You don't have to program that or make any sort of in-depth technical sort of edits to make that happen. A couple other things, I'm going to scroll a little further, show you another way that images can pop up. There's also this glide show feature here. So you see as I scroll, that image is revealed, and then you can actually layer other elements on top of that. And this could be text or other images or videos, and it gives you this nice image moving as your background there. So that's just an example of the page. You got that split screen layout too. A bunch of cool stuff that you can do with that. And again, as far as the editing, we're not going to get too into that in this video. There will be some others linked on the page here, but it's super simple. Just click on the thing that you want to edit. The options show up either just above or just to the right of where you're working, and just select the edits that you want to make. Everything's auto-saved, and then that's going to show back up right there on your homepage for you to use. So that's a super quick overview of a couple of different things that you can make with Spark. Again, make sure that you head to adobe.unc.edu and register before you start working, just to make sure you have access to all those premium features and can log in. Once you're there, head to your homepage, start with a template, or just hit that create a project button and start putting together some super cool media projects. If you do have questions, always feel free to reach out to us at mrc@unc.edu. That's our email address, and I'll pop that on the screen here. Or take a look at our website. You can just search for UNC MRC, and we'll pop up here. A lot of cool tutorial information in this Make a Project section, along with other info about what we can offer from the Media Resources Center. Thanks for your time today, folks. Again, just reach out if you have questions. I hope you have a great rest of your day.